Welcome to Pollen Weather by Pollen Wise App. It's Monday, July 27th. I'm Landon Bunderson, and this is the place for daily allergy news and forecasts. Today we'll show you something interesting that happened in Phoenix over the last week. But first, the forecast. For pollen levels, we won't see any very high levels from Albuquerque all the way to the East Coast. Phoenix, Salt Lake City, and parts of California will see pollen highs in the 70s and 80s. Although Texas has a lot of green today, you can expect pollen to rise to very high conditions in central Texas by midweek. So that relief won't last very long. Mold is honestly looking pretty great across the country. The worst spots are California and Utah. We do have a couple of large storms moving across the country. Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois. Today there's a big system, as well as a large system in the Gulf of Mexico. Both storms have chances of very heavy rain conditions, so make sure your weather app alerts are set to on. Air quality is poor in Southern California as usual. Seattle and the East Coast from Virginia to Maine are also poor. There are several other cities with poor air quality today. You might want to check your local air quality station to see if you're one of those cities. And temperatures are hot again across the country. I want to show you what happened in Phoenix this week. If you look at the 3-day period of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the daily peaks were at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and 4 p.m. respectively. That means that 2 of the 3 days had nighttime peaks. Both Tuesday and Wednesday pollen peaks coincided with the windiest time of day. The interesting peak is the Monday peak, which was the highest pollen level for the week. The air was quite still when that peak occurred. Only 2-mile-an-hour winds were reported. So where did this pollen come from? Well, it likely came from high up in the atmosphere. Sometimes pollen gets lifted up into the air by thermal air masses, the same thermal air masses that hang gliders and large birds of prey use to remain aloft. Thermal air masses happen when the sun heats up the Earth's surface, which in turn heats up the air on the Earth's surface. Once heated, the warm air rises rapidly, pushing up through the atmosphere. Those warm air masses can carry pollen all the way to the troposphere. Eventually, the air cools and the pollen begins to rain down. It can take hours for pollen to rain back down on the unsuspecting allergy sufferers. It's difficult to predict these events, but PollenWise can alert you when they are happening. This is just a good reminder that pollen and mold can peak at any hour of the day. If you find this information interesting, like this video and subscribe to this channel.